Nothing to see here, folks. It was just a problem with the voting equipment. It was replaced, and voting continued. Hello, and welcome to Sweet Home California. My name is Jennifer. First, I want to apologize for the poor sound quality of the video that I did yesterday. I trust most of you got the gist of it, though. Some voters in the San Fernando Valley were told their mail-in ballot had already been cast and that they would have to cast a provisional ballot that would only be counted once it was verified that the first vote was not really them. Oh, and this appeared to be exclusively a Republican issue. At the time I recorded, there was not a reply yet from the county, and the video with one of the affected voters was not yet available. I'll have the link on all of that in the description. I thought it may just be possible that these voters did not get the memo that to vote in person you were required to surrender your mail-in ballot or you would have to cast a provisional ballot. That makes perfect sense when you think about it because the vote is not tied to your name once it's cast in person. And if your mail-in ballot arrives as late as 9/21, that's next Tuesday, it would otherwise count too, if the in-person ballot wasn't separated out as being provisional. So anyway, I thought that could be the issue, and I reminded all voters that are voting in person, which I think is the preferred way, to be sure to bring in your mail-in ballot to avoid that problem. But that was not the issue. Here, let's listen to the video. Hold on just a second.
Hello, Court and Rick. This is quite a story. Good question. What is going on? We spoke with several concerned voters here in the West San Fernando Valley who believe something wonky had been going on at places like El Camino Real Charter High School in Woodland Hills. This place opened up as an early polling location, open 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. daily, but several people tell us they showed up to vote this morning in the special California governor recall election and were told that computers showed they had already cast their ballots. So what? Staffers, they say, were apologetic and helpful, but those voters we talked to are extremely concerned, suspicious, and wanting answers. California native and current West Hills resident, 88-year-old Estelle Bender, spoke with us just a short time ago. What happened today and how shocked are you?
Very. I went to El Camino High School to vote, got there at 10:30, gave her this, and she scanned it and said, "You voted." I said, "No, I haven't." And she said, "This has been happening all morning." The man next to me was arguing the same thing. So as I left, I did the provisional ballot, and I was just really angry, and I saw two women walking toward me as I left, and I said, "Don't be surprised if they tell you you've already voted." And she said, "They've already done that." If I voted, how did I vote?
And who did you vote for?
Well, I asked the couple, the young women that I talked to, and I said, "Are you by any chance Republicans?" She said, "Yes." And I said, "Well, so am I. And so are the two friends that had the problem at VFW." So
Makes you suspicious.
I would think so. And still, I'd like to know how I voted.
All right, take a look. The LA County Registrar's Office released a statement tonight following our inquiries. A spokesman says the voters who experienced this issue were offered and provided a provisional ballot, the fail-safe option to ensure no one is turned away from voting. Provisional ballots are regular ballots, and once the eligibility of the voter is verified, they are processed and counted. After troubleshooting the issue, the equipment at the locations was replaced and voting continued. We'll have more throughout the night. From now, reporting live in Woodland Hills, I'm Chris Wolf, KTLA 5 News.
Okay, so can you tell me how the machine is responsible for stating that a vote was already cast in your name? What is the process for finding out if the mysterious first
Giuliani
vote
recalls
is
for us
discounted?
the images from.
Excuse me, sorry. Can you tell me what the process is for finding out if that first vote has been counted or not? I would imagine that the only verification available is by comparing signatures. Is there a way for a voter in this situation to find out what the signature looks like to be able to challenge it if it is accepted? I'm volunteering for the first time to be a poll worker tomorrow. And I sat through 3 hours of training, but those steps are beyond what I'll be participating in, so it wasn't covered, and so I have no idea. So if you have any experience with that, if you're higher up on the food chain on supervising elections, please identify yourself and comment so we have an understanding of how this is supposed to work. I'd also like to thank all the new subscribers for joining my channel. I hope to provide news that, though it's not always good, may show some silver linings by offering an opportunity to effect change, even if the only appropriate action that we can do is to pray. Never discount the power of prayer. Sometimes the answer is no. It doesn't mean that our request was ungodly. It could just be that the time is not right. It could be that too many of our fellow citizens insist on following their own way and not God's. It could be that the bad that we see in the current situation may result in the salvation of more people than if the situation was improved too soon. Remember Romans 8:28 is one of my favorite verses. It reads, "And we know that God causes everything to work together for the good of those who love God and are called according to his purpose for them." If you are able to poll watch, please do. You do not need to be officially designated. In my training, I was told that anyone can watch what is going on, but you do not, so long as you don't disturb the process. You may not electioneer within the poll and a certain distance from the doors. Make sure you are not wearing anything that's got writing on it, just to be on the safe side, that they don't perceive it as being any form of electioneering. You may also not violate people's privacy. So bring a notepad and a pen to document. A voice recorder should also be fine, though you may want to ask the people that work there, because I'm not entirely sure of. But a camera would not be allowed. Oh, and the video for the Rose McGowan and Larry Elder press conference finally surfaced this morning, and I'll include a link in the description. It's about an hour or so long. The bombshell accusation was that Larry Newsom's wife, Jennifer, had asked Rose what it would take to make her happy before the Harvey Weinstein story broke. There is a lot more, but that's the biggest piece of it, that the Newsoms, who claim to be supporters of the Me Too movement, attempted to silence Rose's story before it broke. Please let me know what you think of all of this in the comments below, but please keep the discourse civil. YouTube is removing channels as much as for the comments as for the content, so please understand if I have to step in to moderate. If you prefer your conversations to be a bit more spicy, please save those comments for my Rumble channel or support me on Locals. The viewing is free, but commenting, you do have to be a paid supporter on Locals. It's just the way that they earn their money over there. This video will post on those other channels within an hour or two of being on YouTube. Keep praying. Prayer is powerful. And God bless, and I will talk to you next time. Talk to you later. Bye.